everybody, I'm Lisa Rowberry, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to break it down to the Scentsy basics and we are going to talk about Scentsy wax. Now, as a Scentsy consultant, we get asked a question on a very regular basis. How long should my Scentsy wax last? And I wish I had a definitive answer for you because this is a loaded question, let me tell you. But I am going to go over some details and specifics and some things to kind of keep in mind when you are ordering and what you should be expecting out of your Scentsy wax. So with Scentsy, when I'm talking about the wax, these are bars. Out of every bar, you're getting 8 cubes. So you are going to not stick an entire bar into your warmer. This is a warmer. If you don't have a Scentsy warmer yet, this is what I'm referring to. You are not going to stick this in here like this. You will get wax absolutely everywhere and you are going to waste your precious, beautiful bar. So don't do that. There are some things to keep in mind with the different warmers as well, and we are going to touch on that. But when I'm referring to a Scentsy bar, this is what I'm referring to. When I'm referring to cubes, I'm referring to the small cubed sections here. One thing I will say, November 2019 is a brick month, you guys. I have been waiting for this all year. I know a lot of you have too. So this is a Scentsy brick. This is a Scentsy bar. There's almost 6. There's 5.5 bars and 1 Scentsy brick. So going forward in this particular video, when I'm talking about a cube, I am not talking about a brick cube. I am talking about a Scentsy bar cube. So just be aware. If you are going to purchase a brick for yourself, you should, because oh my gosh, the scents sound absolutely amazing. We're going to do a whole separate video on bricks, but oh my gosh, I can't wait to get my hands on mine. If you do decide to indulge and treat yourself to a brick, make sure you are cutting these cubes into halves, quarters, thirds, whatever is going to work best for you, but do not stick an entire brick cube into your warmer. You will have a mess and you'll be wasting wax and nobody wants that. So, okay, in this video, we are referring to bar cubes. Just want to put that out there. So with a full-size Scentsy warmer, this is the beautiful charred Scentsy warmer that was new this fall and winter season. Our warmer dishes will, most of them have a separate dish that will pop right out. And a lot of our warmer dishes will have a little number on the bottom. Not all of them. So if you have a Scentsy warmer that does not have a number on the bottom of it, it's okay. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. Doesn't mean that you're on your own and you don't know how many cubes to use. This is letting you know, do not use more than 4 cubes. There's a little number 4 under here. There's an authentic Scentsy logo here and a little number 4. That's letting you know, do not use more than 4 cubes in this warmer. Cubes, 4 cubes, don't use more. I always tell everybody when you're starting out, depending on what your preference is as far as scent goes, start out with 1 cube. Even in your full-size warmers, just start out with 1. I don't know how strong you want your fragrance to be. I like my fragrance to be super strong. So start out with 1. If you feel like you want it stronger, add a 2nd cube into your warmer. If you feel like you want it stronger, add a 3rd. When I first started kind of figuring that what works best for me personally, I used to use 3 cubes in my full-size warmers, but I noticed there wasn't a huge difference between 2 cubes and 3 cubes when it comes to performance. So instead of using 3 cubes, I decided to just stick with 2 cubes in all of my full-size warmers. Now, with that being said, I do have quite a few warmers around my house, so that definitely helps as well. So keep that in mind, and so many things are going to need to be taken into consideration, like the environment, where your warmer is placed, that sort of thing. But I would say starting out, if you're brand new to Scentsy and you're not sure how many cubes to use, start out with 1 cube. If you want it stronger, go to 2. I think 2 is plenty. Just make sure you're not doing more than 4 depending on the warmer. So that is for full-size warmers. With mini warmers, I have a few kind of set out here because I want to show you some different things. So with our mini warmers, this is what I'm referring to with the mini warmers. There are glass styles and there are ceramic styles. So with the glass, there's actually I find that the glass warmers have a smaller dish, so to speak, than the ceramic. If you can see the difference, this is the tea rose, this is the cranberry glass. The tea rose looks like it has a larger dish. Definitely Hoot is so cute. So Hoot is a ceramic warmer as well. This is his dish, definitely warm, definitely larger. You can see it's a different shape, obviously, because it's gonna look like the owl head here, but this is 2 cubes of wax. You have enough space for that, but I would definitely recommend only starting out with only 1 cube in the mini warmers. I tend to only do 1 cube. Definitely 1 cube in the glass warmers, the glass mini warmers, because the dish is a little bit smaller. Definitely only 1 cube in the tea rose mini warmer, because learn from my mistakes, folks. So because you have these beautiful petals here, there's this like really smooth kind of almost, how do I say this? There's almost like a lip here. So when I put 2 cubes, I'm talking about 2 here, so it looks like it fits fine, right? So you've got the 2 cubes in there. As it melts, you've got this little lip here with the petal. And so my wax was like, okay, this is a perfect little exit route. So I had a little bit of a waxident with this particular warmer and 2 cubes. So I always use just 1 cube now with my mini warmers. It works just fine. So just keep that in mind. But there are some of our, like even the Chasing Fireflies mini warmer, this has a decent sized little dish. I would still just recommend only using 1 cube for the minis. That tends to work just fine. So let's talk about performance. Now, it's going to vary on the scent that you have chosen. Scentsy offers over 80 different fragrances of wax. That's amazing. That means there's literally going to be a scent for absolutely everybody. That also is going to mean there's going to be all different strengths. So, because every single scent is going to have a different strength. And what may work really well for me in my home may work completely differently for you and yours. It's all about the environment, where your warmers are placed, how many warmers you have, the watts of the warmer. That's where all of these things are things to take into consideration. My own personal experience with majority of the Scentsy warmers, or the Scentsy scents, is that out of 2 cubes, and I have several warmers that are going throughout my house, 2 cubes in each of my warmers, I will get generally 48 solid hours out of a fragrance. Some last a little bit longer, some last a lot less. So it just depends on the fragrance. But what's funny is that there are some scents that I can literally stick it right in my warmer, stand over it, I smell absolutely nothing. For me personally, apricot vanilla, that is one of those. But for some of my friends, it's a powerhouse, and I'm just like, wow, like that's amazing. I'm glad it works really well for you. It could have something to do with the fact that I have carpet and somebody else may have hardwood floors. It may have to do with the amount of warmers that I have versus how many warmers someone else has. Everything is going to make a difference in the performance of your wax. Same goes with, you know, the location of where your warmers are. Believe it or not, that does make a difference. So, but generally speaking, 2 cubes in each of my warmers, I will get 48 solid hours out of. So that works really well for me. I'm happy with that. When I'm working full-time out of the home now, so I'm getting 2 solid days. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with switching out my wax sooner. When I was working out of the house, I was working at a dental office, so I had a regular 9 to 5, Monday through Friday kind of job. So I was getting like 1 full bar was lasting me a week, because when I would come home 5 or 6 o'clock at night, turn on my warmers, start to smell it, and then when I would go to bed, I'd turn my warmers off. I'm now keeping my warmers on 24/7, so that's why I'm changing it out quicker. So I figured this was a good way to kind of explain 48 hours is what I'm getting out of 2 cubes in each of my warmers. So I hope that's helpful. So let me know what your experience is. I hope this is helpful. Like I said, so many people ask all the time, you know, I should be, you know, how much should I be expecting out of my Scentsy bars? And I wish I had a super definitive answer. Some scents you'll get more, some scents you'll get less. So I'm breaking it down into hours for you, depending on how long you're leaving your warmers on. If you leave them on 24/7 and you're leaving during the middle of the day, you're probably going to enjoy it a lot less, you know, a lot less of your fragrance because you're gone for majority of the day. But so what I used to do is turn it off when I leave, and then turn on my warmers when I come back home. So I tend to get 2 solid days. I go through 2 full bars downstairs though. That's how many warmers I have. 2 full bars downstairs, and I get a solid 48 hours of really good performing fragrance from majority of the Scentsy fragrances. So I hope that's helpful. Like I said, we're going back down to the basics just because I've gotten a lot of questions lately. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to let me know. As always, I'll leave my contact information down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.